On Livin Latin, our year in review. Happy New Year! Welcome to Livin Latin. I'm Valerie Cavazos. We've shared some quality time with some pretty inspirational people in 2005. A look back in just a moment.
Livin Latin is sponsored by Touchtone Energy Cooperatives, Cox Communications, Pima Community College, and Precision Toyota of Tucson.
They are Hispanic heroes in the eyes of many a youngster who dreams of filling their boots someday. Firefighters. Here's a brief look back. Fighting fires looks dangerous in the movies, but apparently the movies don't even tell the real story.
That's not reality. When you go into a fire, you can't even see your hand in front of your face. It's that dark.
Henry Perez is a 14-year veteran firefighter. He says there are far more distractions inside a burning structure than any of the movies portrays.
Your breathing will distract your hearing ability, the roaring of the fire, the pounding and throwing things as you're going in there. You really have to pretty much yell. You have to really pay attention to what the other person's saying, what's going on in your radio, because you never know when that might be a stress tone going out that the building's collapsing and you need to get out.
And then there's the heat, indescribable heat.
The heat can get so tremendous that you actually want to kind of squeeze into your turnout to keep yourself from being touched from your turnout coats because it's so hot that it feels like it's burning you.
One Latino from Argentina, hailed as the next Santana, paid tribute to the heroes on the war fields. We got the chance to chat with Cesar. He wrote Soldier of Glory after talking to a soldier one night at a Los Angeles airport.
The reason why I wrote Soldier of Glory was because at the time I was working at McDonald's at the airport, LAX. I was meeting a lot of soldiers coming from the Middle East, you know, back and forth actually. And I was talking to one in particular, I remember his name, Jason, and he was coming back from Kuwait. He got injured, and that's why he was coming home. Through his experience in the army and being there in the Middle East, I decided to write something for all the men and women in the military, just to thank him for being there for all of us and bringing peace to the world, you know. We owe them everything we got. So.
I am courage, I am fear, so a letter from home will heal the wounds I feel on the field.
To many who find themselves against the odds, dreaming of becoming what they fear they can't become, Lisette Martinez is an unlikely hero.
I could hear words coming out of his mouth. This is my news director, but I really couldn't hear him. You know, his mouth was just moving, and then all of a sudden I was like, wait, are you offering me a job? And my boss is kind of like, yeah. And I'm like, yes, of course.
Lisette's world has been spinning ever since, proving those people wrong who doubted that she'd become a broadcast journalist.
I couldn't be happier. I knew that I was right, and it's always been like that with me. I've always been proud of the steps that I've taken and the choices that I've made because they've always worked out for me so far. Hopefully, I won't jinx myself.
Just 6 months ago, we met Lisette while she worked as a radio DJ. She told us then of her dreams and her incredible journey to get where she is today.
I don't think anybody had any idea that I really had the courage to move to a city on my own where I didn't know anybody, to just like start looking for my way into the industry. I don't think they thought I had the guts to do it.
Unlike most of us, Lisette actually had to make a choice whether to think like her Mexican family and friends do, or to see life through an American's eyes.
I take the approach of an American, even though I'm Mexican, and a lot of people in Mexico say, oh, you're such a traitor, you know, why are you thinking like them? Why are you criticizing your own people? And it's not just my own people, I criticize the people who I think are wrong and doing wrong in general. I don't care what race they are.
Lisette and her family never went on welfare or accepted government services. She worked until she got the opportunity to become an American citizen.
I went through the process just like every other American did, you know, and I don't.
You are a citizen.
I am a citizen now. Like, I'm really excited that I finally became a citizen. I'm no longer an resident alien, which I have a big problem with that word, but you know.
Now Lisette nearly bubbles over with pride at achieving at least the beginning of her career goals.
It's where I've always wanted to be, the company that I wanted to be in, and with the people that I wanted to work and doing the job that I wanted to do. And I did it. I didn't even speak English before, and now I'm so functional, and I'm so proud of myself.
When we return, we met many an accomplished sports figure in 2005. Some familiar faces for you coming up next. When softball star Jen Martinez set her sights on playing for the University of Arizona Wildcats, those who knew her were not a bit surprised. It was her plan all along. Here's a quick look back.
Book ending, local girl done good. Jen Martinez called on.
Oh God, it was the best feeling ever.
This was a moment that was just amazing.
A pinch hit home run to help carry the U of A softball team into the World Series is certainly a dreamlike ending to Jen's college softball career.
It was such a good feeling. I remember when I touched home plate, I look up in the stands and just to look at my mom, my dad, and my sister, and everybody, my whole family, just to see that their smiles on their faces.
And everybody there high-fiving you, and just a very proud moment.
But there was a time that a local Latina's dream of playing for the university's perennial softball power would have seemed pure fantasy, but not to those who knew her best. Jen's mom wasn't surprised by her daughter's success.
Because this was her dream since she was a little girl. Since she was a little girl, she wanted to be a Wildcat.
But having the desire is often not enough. Jen worked tirelessly to learn the game from an early age.
Watching, always studying the game, she learned the game very well, and we found out she was a natural.
But it was in the classroom that Jen's dedication was quietly taking place as she worked to stay on the honor roll throughout school before landing quite an honor in the Pac-10.
All academic first team. And there's like 10 girls throughout the nation, different colleges that made this team. The whole family, friends, everybody, they're all so proud of her. That, one of us, a local girl made it good.
Here's another amazing Latina who's setting incredible records on the racetrack. A glimpse into the career of Milka Duno. Talent, beauty, brains, and youth is what's driving Milka Duno's exploding career.
I'm very competitive, and when I started racing, I like to win. I like to hard challenge. I mean, motor racing is so hard. This sport is so difficult, and I like the difficult things.
Indeed she does. Even before she began racing, Milka pushed herself to the limits pursuing another career.
No, I never thought that I would be a race car driver. I was sure that I wanted to be a naval engineer.
And likely a very successful one. Milka earned 4 masters in naval engineering. 3 she pursued simultaneously in only 2 years. So how did she get into racing? After she finished college, she joined a racing club with her friends back home in Venezuela.
I was only for curiosity, and I participate, and I want more and more each time, and now it's my profession.
And during the summer, we headed to the beaches of California to check out the pro surfing circuit. Just checking out the waves, trying to act like I know something about surfing. All eyes are indeed on the surfboards and their riders for those on hand to check out the 2005 U.S. Open of Surfing at Huntington Beach, California. Pros come from around the world to compete, men and women both, for bragging rights to the title and $15,000 in cash. Even the pros who won't be getting the money are still having fun that comes with a big event like this.
Unfortunately, I went down in the preliminary rounds, but it was great. We have a lot of, this contest is one of the biggest contests in the world. It draws spectators from everywhere. It draws competitors from across the globe. I mean, we got people from South Africa, Japan, Europe, Latin America, everywhere come here to compete. I'm a professional surfer, and I also build surfboards. I own my own company, McKinnon Shapes and Designs. So I build surfboards locally here in Huntington Beach.
We also had unlimited access to Hall of Fame boxer Hector Macho Camacho and his son Junior for their bouts in Tucson this past summer. Here's a quick peek behind the scenes.
Walk me through when you're walking that walk to the ring.
That's the best feeling, man. I mean, it's the best feeling. It's unexplainable. It's about you going out there, feeling the crowd, feeling the momentum, feeling the energy from the people, and that's what pumps me up. The crowd pumps me, whether it be boos, whether it be cheers. That walk is priceless. When you get that adrenaline rush, when you walk into the ring, you hear the crowd screaming, you know it's fight time. And it just clicks in, and it clicks in. The heart keeps beating harder, faster, and faster, and faster, and faster until you enter that rope.
It's a unique rush because, you know, I just like, it's a vision, man, you know, and I'm going to Lion's Den.
But once you go in that ring walk, that's what it is. You're like another person. In the monster out of me, the bad side of me. It's time to fight.
The first round, once I come out, I feel them like that, you know, then I know how to carry the fight.
This is the first punch coming in the fight. He throws the first punch, and I feel that's his best. It's time to fight. I'm after you. You gotta prove to me. Stay away. Be cautious. I seen his body a little out of shape, so I said, let me go to the body. I try to work some body shots, but I was ready to go, man. So the guy comes in with 4-day notice, 2-day notice. He can't possibly prepare for me. Too much speed, southpaw. I mean, it's hard.
Come on, move that head, baby. Keep that head moving.
Fight how he's going. It's a tough, you know, physical fight. Yeah, I'll talk in between. Get him off his game. Make him come on, come harder, come on kind of names. It's a fight. It's a fight.
I had a bad hand, I was worrying about it, but I held up pretty good, and I fought an offensive fight, but more in the defense. Kind of stationed myself in a position which is more like, you know, wow, don't give my secrets. But nothing, I just work them, you know, I have a great jab, you know, and I just set them up if he allows me to do it. I seem to control, I guess, my own element, you know, and it's magic, I love it.
When we return, more clips from some of our biggest stories of 2005. Austin, Texas is the home of a pretty unusual and tremendously popular comedy troupe. The LCP smashes stereotypes by laughing at them. Take a look at this clip. The Latino Comedy Project, 7 years strong out of Austin, Texas, is blending theater and comedy with a distinct Southwest style. Adrian Villegas is the troupe's artistic director.
What might have been the biggest cultural challenge ended up not even being a challenge at all, which was, you know, can you put together a group like this and make, you know, effective comedy out of our cultural references, out of our backgrounds? That should have been the biggest cultural challenge, but and it ended up not being a challenge at all.
As you know, Chicanos have a genetic predisposition to arrive 15 minutes late to all of them.
The LCP uses outrageous stereotypes to make people laugh through live performances, as well as their song and commercial parodies on DVD. Members have done their thing on national television and comedy festivals around the country. Whatever the method of delivery, there is always a message.
We do that anyway when things are funny in our group, but I think it kind of adds that extra layer when we can put a spin on it that actually means something beyond just being a laugh, something that has a laugh but also kind of leaves an impression or leaves an opinion or leaves people with something to think about. I think the last few shows we've done, we've managed to have a good mix of things that are just silly and just funny for funny's sake, but also that kind of have an overarching view or have an overarching theme.
If you're a regular viewer of Livin Latin, then you know we love getting behind the scenes of stuff. We were there for the grand opening of a very cool Latino-owned restaurant, Walkin' Sushi.
We're expecting people at 5 o'clock.
If you guys don't have the table numbers memorized,
Manny, make sure we got gloves, everybody's doing everything right, okay? It's just our little kind of grand opening party that we're going to have. We're hoping to get a couple hundred people through here. We've been flyering and telling people about it, so hopefully it'll be a good day. What happened?
Do I need something that extends the other one long enough so they don't hit?
Like a ground? I got a 3-pounder, hold on. Problems. I think we really had a problem with our buffet. It didn't get put in time. We could not get a power to it because we didn't want to damage the floor that's here at Shakey's. We left the original floor. We didn't want a saw cut. So our big problem was trying to get electricity from out of nowhere without running a cord. Everything good? You ready? Yeah. Okay. You sure? We were kind of panicking because we had sushi chefs lined up when we first were getting ready to open. And then all of a sudden the 2 guys we had lined up found jobs somewhere else. And it was like a week and a half, 2 weeks before we